Yes, welcome back, friends. In this video, we're going to talk about how to create boundaries in 3 easy steps. And I figure with the holidays coming, oftentimes we do need to create boundaries. So let's talk about it, how to create boundaries in 3 easy steps. And the very first step is to know your limits. You have got to know your limits, especially with the holidays around the corner. People are going to be coming to your home, or you're going to be going places and being invited to different things, which is all great and phenomenal. However, you need to know your limits, and I'm speaking to you, especially my 35 plus, 40, 50s, 55s, us adult, oftentimes, we want to do everything. I know I'm guilty of that. I'm speaking from experience, wanting to touch every life, wanting to have, my hands on everything, and realizing that when I do that, speaking for myself, when I do that, I burn myself out. And then there's a guilt that comes, with me not meeting up to my own expectations or doing the things that I said I would do for myself, because I burned myself out. I didn't know my limit. I didn't set limits. I did not set limits. So it's a pitfall, and it's something, especially as you go into the holiday season, learn to set your limits, know what your limits are, identify, and really, before you even enter a situation, before you go into this, work event or this family gathering or what have you, church event or whatever it is, know your limits, know what you're okay with. Have these conversations and be able to look to see, okay, am I okay with staying out at this time, that late? Am I okay with spending that much? Am I okay with giving that much of my time? Whatever it is, know your limits, because once you identify your limits, you're aware of them, then it empowers you as you're there. You can really be present, and that's the goal, to really be present. So know your limits is one of them. The second one, it's one that I've had to learn, and I'm still continuing to learn it. And it's being able to say no. Being able to say no. I recently just had this conversation with a friend, and then, the conversation, and I just shared with her, one of the things that I've had to learn is saying, no, that's not going to work for me, and stop at that. No, that's not going to work for me. Being able to say no. It's not a selfish thing. It's not a self-consuming thing, but it's knowing, that's not going to work. Why do you want to put yourself in a situation where you're stressed out the next day because you overspent in something, or you overstayed in a situation? Why you overdid it with the gathering when that wasn't part of what you were planning? Being able to say, that's not going to work out for me. That is not going to work for me. No, I cannot do that, And oftentimes that comes from FOMO, the fear of missing out. A lot of us struggle with that. I know I have. FOMO was all over me. Fear of missing out. I wanted to be here, do this, do that, because I didn't want to miss out. But then I realized I missed out on myself, on the things that I had set out to do, because I was giving so much, I was doing so much, or I was going different places, and because I didn't have any limit, I didn't set any limits, so I was just going because I didn't want to miss out. You are not going to miss out. There's going to be other events. There's going to be other parties. We have been in this earth for a lot of us, speaking for my half a century brothers and sisters. FOMO. Don't give in to fear of missing out. Be able to identify what is going to work for you, what's not going to work for you, and communicate that clearly without feeling you need to explain yourself. Because I know when I used to say, yeah, that's not going to work out for me, because of the kids, no, that's not going to work out for me. And it's okay. It's okay. There's no explanation really needed. And it's not a mean-spirited thing. It's knowing your limits and knowing what will not work for you. And the last one, the third one, is being clear and consistent. If you're telling this group of folks, I could only stay till 10, and the other one, you're staying till 2, 3 o'clock, then you're kind of defeating the purpose. Being able to be clear, identify what's not going to work, identify the time limit that you're going to put on yourself, or the budget limit that you're gonna put, because we're being responsible, with our finances, with our blessings, whatever it is, then be consistent. Communicate that consistently, because by doing so, you will develop, you'll develop yourself. You'll develop respect for your own time, because what happens sometimes, we don't respect ourselves. We're demanding respect from others, but we don't respect ourselves. We don't set a time to go to bed. We don't set a time to do different things, the things that's of important to us. Our health and wellness depends on it. So being able to do these things, identifying, those are 3 easy steps, really 3 easy steps to create boundaries. And as we enter this holiday season, let's have boundaries that's going to work for us, that's going to empower us, so that way we could be the very best version of ourselves. The first one is knowing your limits. Identify, what are my limits? What am I okay with? Being able to do that self-work before you even go into the event, because it's not the time, because then you'll just kind of go with the flow. And the second one is not to give into FOMO, the fear of missing out. You are not missing out. Being able to say when something is not realistic for you, it's not in your plan, it's not something that you can do, it's going to stretch you too much. Being able to say, no, it's not going to work out for me, without having to feel like you need to give an explanation. It's not going to work out for me. And lastly, be consistent. Be consistent with the things that you said, and really say it and mean it and stand behind it. Empower yourself. And when you're in a journey of elevation, like we are in an elevation journey, you have to set different standards, not in a mean way, but in a way that's going to empower you and help you to be the very best version of yourself, so you could keep showing up empowered. So please do the legwork, have the conversation, and prepare yourself as you enter the different events for the holidays. You enjoy this. I hope you're enjoying this conversation. Please comment, like, subscribe, share the video, and really let me know what you think. How, these steps, if they're going to be steps that you will take on as you empower yourselves, because really these are 3 easy steps to create boundaries and really empower yourself. So let's continue to create boundaries. Let's be wise in the things that we do, and let's really empower ourselves as we elevate to the next level. Be good to yourself and be good to others. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.